This says Duke Energy tries to figure out how it will clean up more than 150 million tons of coal ash statewide.
Some community members say there's only one option: move it. They worry the ash is contaminating their drinking water. WNCN Investigates Jonathan Rodriguez explains.
Call it Southern hospitality. If you come to visit the Thomases, you will get offered something to drink. But a glass of water won't be coming from their tap.
It's bad to live in the United States and don't have good water to drink.
The couple lives in a community just outside of Salisbury. Their well sits just a couple hundred yards from Duke Energy's Buck Steam Station and the 3 ponds housing more than 5 million tons of coal ash.
We're trying to deal with it. A lot of our neighbors are buying water in order to have clean water.
It's a worry echoed by many in this neighborhood when you ask them about their water. How would you describe it?
Terrible.
Well, I think a lot of people are scared.
I would like to see fresh water ran through here, through the city.
We immediately switched from drinking the well water and started buying bottled water to drink and to cook with and to wash the dishes.
One neighbor is even bathing her young children in bottled water.
Their concerns first surfaced in 2011 when Duke Energy's own groundwater tests from around the pond showed levels of hexavalent chromium, a substance known to cause cancer, well above state standards, along with several other contaminants. Are those a concern for you guys?
Well, one of the things that's important to note when you sink new monitoring wells is that it often takes several sampling events for those wells to settle.
After the first year of testing, those numbers dropped off.
Once those exceedances started to decline, it became evident to us that that was just part of the normal settling of the wells.
But after the Dan River spill in February, activist group the Waterkeeper Alliance did its own testing of the wells belonging to homeowners surrounding the plant, including the Thomases.
They've informed us on a lot of information that we had no idea was going on.
They say they found one well with chromium levels 2 times higher than the state standard, and almost all the other wells had levels higher than city water.
This has been going on for some time, and you can't tell me that they didn't know something about it 15, 20 years ago.
Do you see their frustration? I mean, some of these families buying bottled water constantly for everything, cooking, cleaning.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we certainly do not want to have neighbors who feel compelled that they need to provide bottled water to their own home.
So Duke did some more sampling and also hired a third-party company called Pace Analytical to test 15 nearby homes. Both sets of those tests showed chromium at levels that were well within what the state and the EPA allows.
All indications for all the data that we have seen so far show that there is no influence from the ash basins to those private wells.
A lot of people have been sickened, I truly believe, by the chemicals in the water.
It's unfortunate that there's no way of proving it.
We are not aware of any credible scientific studies that show a connection between coal ash and health effects.
And the state agrees. But lawmakers have now forced Duke to close all of its ponds by 2029. So now the focus is on where the ash will go next. A decision that will be made by the newly formed Coal Ash Management Commission.
My goal for this commission is to establish the most effective and most efficient management of coal ash in America.
The commission has to decide which ponds will have to be dug up and moved or covered and left alone.
Capping in place will not solve any problems at all, is my understanding.
The Thomases aren't taking any chances and say they don't know what their future holds.
Nobody wants to buy this land that close to an ash pit.
It's just messed up our legacy to our children.
But Duke says their water is safe and is willing to put it to the test.
I guess if I were in their position and I had some true concerns about the quality of my well, I would really want to deploy every resource to get good information. You know, Duke Energy has offered multiple times to provide sampling and testing for these residents. That is an opportunity that we would welcome, and that invitation stands at any point when they're ready.
Haul it away, clean every bit of it out, and not have any more problems with it in the future.
Jonathan Rodriguez, WNCN News.
Duke Energy says it's still considering all options when it comes to closing its ponds. You can head on over to WNCN.com right now to see our extensive coverage of the coal ash crisis, as well as learn more about the Coal Ash Management Commission. All you got to do is click on the Investigates tab.